Hi, today I'd like to show you a game where I play almost normally, and this is a 2 minute and 1 second increment game that I played last night at 11:21 for those that are interested. And today's date is the 25th of July already, 2020. Excuse me, I've just got the morning throat stuff there. Whatever. Okay, so here we go. So I'm white, of course. NZ 40 Teds. And as you can see, the respective times that we ended on. And my opponent has a rating of 1945 with a question mark besides it. My rating's not very good at the moment for 2 and 1. I play my own move. I've been playing this a long time, and it was probably in the books, but I found myself playing A4 against A6 when I was a junior. This is with the idea of just slotting bishops and knights into B6. So here I've got just bishop E6, and of course queen E8. Really the only move. Here's F4, I believe, yeah. So black's playing pretty well, actually. King H1. Now I want to keep and retain this bishop. So there's really 4 places it can go. Well, 5 if you count A7. So I think I played it to D4. And I just think I felt better with it on D4 than, say, on E3 or F2. F2 is probably okay, probably better. I played bishop to D4. So here's my opponent's queen coming back out of the cage. And here I just play F5. This is speculative. This is 2 minute and 1 second increment. So this move is speculative, because if I play normally, I just think I'm going to lose. That's what I think. So F5, and now I could play E6. And I've got this open bishop diagonal and that sort of thing. But I don't. I was actually thinking back here of just going rook to G1 and G4, etc. Because I quite like that sort of setup, especially in blitz. Here's F5. Now I drop the bishop back. That looks odd, but I am, of course, attacking the F5 pawn back. So I'm trying to say, can I get my pawn back? No comes the answer. Bishop d3, and black could easily take this bishop on d3. So I'm a bit more speculative again. What do I do next? I play bishop f5. This is another speculative move. I don't have any clear idea of winning here, but this is the best chance because I had actually played someone on Lichess the day earlier and I wasn't playing very well, hence my rating for 2 and 1, and they turned out to be an arena grandmaster. So you can find that player on here, but they had a question mark behind their rating as well, which was correctly climbing up the rating chart. And so I had the privilege of playing 2 games against this Filipino player, and I lost both of them. So I don't know who I've got here with the question mark next to their name either. But I found out that there was such a thing, I don't know if it's on Lichess or Chess24 or wherever, such a thing as FIDE awarding you the Grandmaster title for Arena Grandmaster title. So it's pretty cool. So I played that player yesterday, and I mean the other day on Thursday, and that's what happened. Mum, I'm recording. Thank you, Mum. So here we are. Okay, we'll ask you soon. I won't be long. Okay. So that's just my wonderful, wonderful mother. So here we go. My opponent. So I lost those 2 games against this Arena Grandmaster. So FIDE Arena Grandmaster. So I hadn't actually realised that was a possibility. So it's quite amazing. So one doesn't have to go off to tournaments. Now, if I could play a few moves in a row or something, if I could play e6 here and fe6 for black, then bishop e6 is, of course, checkmate. Quite nice, eh? So here's, of course, my bishops taken off here. And here is rook f5. So, as previously mentioned, I might not have anything for this bishop sacrifice and pawn sacrifice. And so here's that defending quite well with knight g6. h4, maybe nothing to do with it. Maybe I can play here, although I have to be careful for that knight on b4, don't I? But maybe I could play queen f3 or something else, I'm not sure. So h4 happened. It gets a bit hairy from here on, and if you don't already call this hairy, it gets a bit hairy here on in. Oh, lovely. Where do I go now? e6. But of course, that's in the spirit of this game. Bishop e6. Black will not accept anything. Queen g4. Now the only move is knight g6, of course. Other moves do not work, like bishop g5. It's not a good idea because I'll merely take it with the rook with check, and then I've got my queen out of this pin of the rook on f5 to my queen on g4. So knight g6 happens, so I play h5. This is still speculative. Now I'm giving up an exchange. My opponent can just take the rook on f5. It plays queen d7, which was a wee bit annoying. So I think here I bring my other rook into play. I don't. I played that. And of course, if bishop f5 now, bad move because gh7, and soon it will be checkmate. I'm sure you can see that. g8 is gh7 check, or even not the cute looking one, gf7, because then king f7 will suffice. The king can run away, I think. So here, if bishop f5, then gh7, which is a double check, and checkmate follows on g7 thereafter, or queen h8, whichever you prefer, check mate. Now it's looking really dodgy. And so now what do I do? Queen f4, and I'm just wanting to go into queen e5 regardless of everything that's getting taken. So this is why I like playing chess. Even if I lose this game, I'll still like it. But this is why I like playing chess, is because sometimes you just want to go for the jugular, go for gold. And here, something happened to my opponent. My opponent now has defences, but I think my opponent just panicked. So what can black do here now? What should black do? What would your move be for black here now? Obviously, queen g7 is threatened. Checkmate. And also queen h8 is threatened, with some residue attack left for white. So here, black blunders with their final move. So I'd still want you to have a look at what would you do in this situation. So we can revert the board round. So you're black, what would you play here? How would you defend this position, given you're already about 20,000 pieces up? Maybe we can play, maybe we should go with something like bishop g5. I mean, that's the move I would probably think of on the spot. Bishop f8 is another possibility, but white would then get a draw. Bishop f8 is no good because queen h8 check and king f7, and there may be better for white. So bishop f8, queen h8 check, king f7, queen f6, and I would be probably quite pleased with this draw, even though my opponent is rated below me. So I think the best try here, maybe bishop f8 is a good one, but we also have bishop f8, queen h8 check, king f7, queen takes h7, but then the king can run away to e6, and the consequences of same I don't know, but then white has got queen f6 checkmate, haven't they, if that happens. So probably bishop f8, queen h8, king f7, queen h7, oh yeah, and then king e6, And I think that looks very comfortable for black. So anyway, here black, with their clock tithering on some seconds, panicked, in my view. So it sort of takes a wee bit of time to just find that move, eh? Plays rook f8, and that is the end of that, as queen g7. So I hope you like that game. So I'm going to attend to Mum wanting to work out what she wants to put on the grocery list. And at the age of 94, one can expect them to... Anyway, so the little things in life for that age become big things. So anyway, all the best with your chess, no matter where your game is at. And I hope you enjoyed today's chess session as I bring it to you from Dunedin, New Zealand. And so thank you for watching, and primarily try and enjoy your chess. Thank you. All the best. Bye for now.